Next on our grand tour, Mrs. Soup and I travelled to Exeter, where we'd never been before. At the heart of the city stands the Cathedral Church of St. Peter, completed around AD 1400. Much like Carlisle Cathedral, this building wears its history on its sleeve, resulting in a fascinating mixture of architectural styles. This cathedral boasts a whole host of interesting features, including an early set of misericords, an astronomical clock, and the longest uninterrupted vaulted ceiling in all of England. Wonderful craftsmanship has been lavished upon this building, such as this detail of sculpture on the pulpit. Remarkably, Exeter has the largest bishop's throne in the whole country. It was truly a pleasure to pause and contemplate the details of this space. For example, here a plaster cast of one of the ceiling roses in the nave had been made and painted like the original. Notice my hat for a sense of scale. And if we look up once again, we can see the ceiling roses in place. Beautiful architecture. Not only the architecture, but also the contents of the cathedral were remarkable. This is an iron box for containing valuables of the cathedral. Notice the locking mechanism, worthy of any vault at Gringotts Bank in Harry Potter. Here on the wall is a flag from Captain Scott's expedition to the Antarctic. And here is the cathedral's truly epic organ, dating to 1665. The bass pipes of which are stored in one of the cathedral's transepts. It must sound amazing. We then walked the streets of Exeter, noticing features like the Saxon Church of St. Stephen, with its roots in the 9th century AD. Opposite, I couldn't resist taking a photo of this piece of artwork, where the effect has been achieved by chipping away at plaster. Not archaeology, but interesting. In the ruins of St. Catherine's Almshouse, archaeology was suspended in perspex on public display. We also saw other features in Exeter, such as here the Norman Gatehouse, where supposedly the last witch hanging in Britain took place. Next, we travelled to see friends at the regatta town of Henley-on-Thames. This town is famous for its rowing. Each summer it hosts the Henley Royal Regatta. Its beautiful bridge was built in 1786. This bridge has seen rowing greatness, for nearby was a golden postbox indicating someone from the town had won a gold medal during this summer's Olympics. This part of the world made a real impression upon me due to its rather particular architecture. An excellent example of which stands at the heart of Henley with its rather impressive parish church. Here, flint is extremely common and used as a building material. I'd never seen anything like it. Next to the church stood a medieval building, which reminded me of a Tudor schoolhouse. It is now called the Chantry House, and the church uses it for meetings, but the original purpose of the building is apparently unknown. So, with some flint quite literally picked up from our friend's garden, we said our goodbyes to Oxfordshire, and made the long journey to my hometown of Prestatyn in Denbighshire, North Wales. It was brilliant to be home, especially sat in a comfy chair with a cup of tea. Out of the window you can see the so-called Prestatyn Mountain, at the foot of which is an interesting archaeological site. Nestling discreetly in a housing estate is a piece of Roman architecture, a bathhouse from around AD 120. Though small, all of the features are here: a plunge pool, a warm room, and a hot room, all supported on an underfloor heating or hypercaust system. Between Chester to the east and Caernarfon to the west, this is the only substantial piece of Roman architecture found in North Wales. The 20th Legion were here bathing, overseeing citizens, making brooches, and mining for ore in the Clwydian Mountains. Only a mile or so away from the nearest Iron Age hill fort, the presentation of this fascinating economic site was my first archaeological project. On the way back from the shops, Mrs. Soup and I paused for a moment to film my local castle. Completed in 1282, Rhuddlan Castle is part of the same string as Caernarfon and Conwy, built to defend the River Clwyd from the Welsh. The castle was horribly damaged by Oliver Cromwell's cannons in the Civil War. I adore this little castle, as do the people of Rhuddlan, and so did Eleanor, Edward I's queen.